Right. Yo, what's going on, G-Dot family? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? What y'all got going on this beautiful Sunday? You already know what today is. Since Sunday is Free Sauce Sundays. You dig what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead and get right back. Hold on. Be talking too fast sometimes. Let's go ahead and get right back into the information. You feel me? Before we get into the info, y'all already know what's going on. Y'all already know what I need y'all to do. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and subscribe to my streaming channel because this is going right on my streaming channel. I have to get off here. So if you didn't catch it here, folks, you're going to have to catch it on my streaming channel. So go ahead and definitely subscribe to that channel. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell. You want to get notified, folks. YouTube don't be notifying motherfuckers every time, you feel me? I be going ahead and posting content. I be posting, you feel me, what I be posting, like community posts, videos, reels, whatever I got going on, folks. You definitely want to catch it. But y'all ain't came here for that. Y'all came here to learn how to get this money. That's what we're finna teach y'all how to do, how to get this money real quick. But if y'all ain't trying to learn how to start a business, y'all wanna learn how to market, how to network yourself. So that's what we finna do, folks. I ain't gonna lie, you can't have no business without knowing how to market yourself and know how to network yourself. So the first thing we're gonna get into right now, we're gonna get into marketing. Marketing is like one of the most important things that you can do. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you're just not involved in marketing and you just don't care about your marketing, your brand, marketing your company, and marketing who you are as a person, not really gonna make that much money. I'm gonna be honest with you. Gotta learn how to market. You gotta care about marketing because there's a few things that I'm gonna get to touch in today about why you should care about marketing and how you can actually improve your marketing skills. But we're gonna get into that later into the program. Right now, I want you to understand that marketing is one of the most important tools that you can have, whether it's on social media marketing, guerrilla marketing, what means you're marketing in person, you feel me, putting out flyers and things like that, face-to-face, in-person marketing, where you're just walking up on people trying to get them to buy your product, trying to get them to focus your campaign pretty much, you feel me, in person. There's a lot of ways you can go about marketing yourself. Now, before you can go ahead and figure out, okay, how am I gonna market myself? How am I gonna go out there and get my product out there? How am I gonna go get my brand out there? How am I gonna do all these things? First of all, we're gonna go over 3 things for marketing today. The first thing you gotta look at is your target audience. If you don't care about your target audience, how you gonna know who you're selling to? If you don't know who you're selling to, how you gonna make a profit? You gotta know who you're selling to, and you gotta care about your target audience, because if you don't care about your target audience, it's gonna be all bad because you're not gonna know who you're selling to. So when you don't know who you're selling to, you really don't know what product is gonna work best. You really don't know what's really going on with any of your data, any of your analytics, because you don't have a set target audience. And when you're selling to people, you can get people that's buying from 50 years old to 20 years old to 12 years old, 30 years old, but you're not focusing on one specific group of people, so your actual profits are gonna go down. Because as you can see with any other company, they actually focus on one type of people or one group of people. For example, makeup is usually for girls that are older. You know, it's not for young girls. It's going to be girls that are at least 18 up, 18 to like at least 40, 50. Makeup's universal, but they still have a target audience. They're not marketing to little girls. You never see little girls on makeup commercials. You see older women, you see more mature women, you see girls in like their 20s or 30s and things like that. So that's their target audience, and that's how they figured that out. Now it's easier for them to get money because they actually have a target audience. On the other hand, there are other companies that don't have a target audience, which is harder for them to actually get sales and harder for them to market their actual brand and market their actual business and market their actual products. Now, what I want you to think about when you're actually thinking about your target audience, I want you to first think about, what are you selling? What are you selling, and how is that going to actually move or actually coincide with your target audience? Because let's say you're selling purses. You're selling purses, but your target audience for you is men that are aged 30 to 40. And no man aged, well, I'm not gonna say no man, but a lot of men aged 30 to 40 are not buying purses. So you're not gonna make a lot of money off of that because your target audience is hindering what you're actually gonna be doing with your sales. But if you change your target audience from men all the way to women that are maybe 20 to 30 and change the designs a little bit, you would actually have way more success with actually selling these purses. That's something you gotta take into account, because it's not as easy as it seems, because you can't just wake up one day, make a Shopify or make a website and start selling things or start getting a lot of money out of nowhere. It's not gonna happen like that. I want you to know from personal experience, it's not gonna happen like that. It takes time to build your store up. It takes time to build all these things up. And if you don't take the time to actually build these things up, it's gonna hurt you more in the long run than anything. You gotta understand that first and foremost. Because if you don't put the time into your craft and put the time into what you're trying to do, it's gonna be short-lived. Anybody that blows up fast usually doesn't last. But people that slow grind and actually build their name up and take the time to build their work and resume up, they last forever because they actually ran a marathon. They didn't do a sprint. When you do a sprint, you run the gas fast. When a marathon, you got actual wind. You got a lot of stamina to keep going, if I should say. But you definitely want to think about your target audience, because without your target audience, you're going to be limited in the amount of sales you can get, and you're going to be limited in everything you're going to be doing, period, in general. So that's definitely something you want to look into with your target audience. Now, the second thing that we're going to look into right now, we're going to look into the theme of your store and how do you want to be seen. This is very important because how you're going to be seen is going to dictate a lot of things, because you can have a good target audience, you can have everything mapped out, but if you just aren't seen in a correct light or in a positive light, that's going to hinder your sales greatly. You have to understand, people want to feel like they're buying into a product or a company or supporting a brand that's wholesome, that has the same values as them. For example, let's say you are just you get into a lot of fights. Let's just keep it like that. Keep it very simple. You get into a lot of fights, you get into a lot of trouble, you're always getting arrested. You might not have the best branding for a Christian audience or a more conservative audience, but you do have the branding for other people, such as people who are into fights or MMA, UFC, things like that, or people are into violent things. Now, this can work if you actually have the right target audience, but if you're trying to sell makeup and you have a very violent appeal, what girl is gonna want to buy makeup for someone that's known for being violent? What girl is going to want to buy makeup for someone that's known for being not really the best to work with and things like that? No one's going to want to buy that. So how you're viewed and how your store is viewed matters a great deal. If you don't actually care about this, now's the time to actually start caring about this, because without actually putting a thought and time into your store, you're going to lose a lot of money on this. Oh, my bad, y'all. So let me actually check something real quick. The theme of your store actually definitely coincides with how you want to be seen, because the theme of your store has to coincide and actually bounce off what you want to be seen like. You can't be wanting to seen all girly and powder puff, but when you go to your store, it's gothic and it's got demonic symbols and all that stuff on there. It's not going to work out. So you definitely got to care about how the theme of your store looks. You have to put time into the branding and actual building of your store. If you don't put time into the branding and building of your store, it's going to be that much harder. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I don't know if you're that. But if you don't put time into the branding and theme of your store, it's going to be that much harder to get sales in your store. It's going to be that much harder to actually receive profit and actually make a name for your store. Because the main thing you have to understand is people are looking into your store and they don't know who you are. They don't really know who you are. They don't know what your brand is about. They don't know what you're about. They want to buy something off of your store, though. If they didn't want to buy something off of your store, they would not have clicked. Even if they want to check it out, they're interested in buying, or they're interested in telling someone about it, or interested in buying later. So that's why it's very, very imperative that you actually care about your theme and care about how you want to be seen. Now, this can take the longest amount of time, because how you want to be seen is, like I said, I'm going to keep saying it, very, very imperative. So you're going to actually put a little thought into how you want to be seen. This is going to actually bounce off based around, this is actually going to bounce around based off of what products you're selling, what niche you're into, how you are as a person, how you want to be seen, and there's many other factors. But you definitely have to actually understand your target audience before you can actually just jump into how you want to be seen in the theme of your store. The target audience and how you want to be seen in the theme of your store all have to collide and be one. Everything that you're doing marketing wise, this is a general rule of thumb. Everything that you're doing marketing wise has to come together. If it doesn't make sense, leave it out. For example, everything that I'm doing has to bounce around off of each other. For me, for example, I have my main YouTube channel. I also have a gaming channel, a streaming channel, and a vlog channel. All of these bounce off of each other and all have some of the same tendencies or the same things that people like to see. And all of these actually fit the same theme of my YouTube page and my brand. Now, let's say I just had a random YouTube page called Rock and Roll. No one's going to look on that. No one's going to look for that or be interested in that, because I do nothing with rock and roll. I do nothing with the guitar. I have nothing going on with that. So it's going to be harder to build that up than if it was if I made a vlog page or a streaming page, what I actually do on my main page, and it's easier to branch off of that. So that's something you definitely need to think about in the long run, because if you don't know your target audience, you don't know how you want to be seen, it's just going to be that much harder for you to get sales, and that much harder for you to see profit in anything that you do. And the last thing we're going to touch on for marketing today before we head over to networking, we're actually going to talk about how you're going to create ads. Now, creating ads is something that is very, 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 very important. Now, I said everything is important, but this is one of the most important parts of the actual marketing campaign. Because let's say you create a store and everything's looking good, everything's looking how you want it to go, and you're actually ready to start promoting it, but you don't know how to promote it. Well, if you promote it half-assed on Instagram, you won't get any sales, because nowadays people are stepping up their game, people are stepping up their creativity, people are actually trying to go above and beyond on their ads on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, even on regular TV. People are stepping up the ads. People are trying to be more creative. People are trying to be more eye-grabbing. They're trying to catch more attention with the things that they do. So you actually have to do the same thing. But as I said earlier, this actually has to deal with what you're actually doing. So let's say, for example, you're trying to sell games. You're selling games and you want to make an ad Well, the best way to sell this game would actually be to show off the game or showcase the game instead of maybe not trying to be funny. Because for other things, it would be better if you were funny. For example, if you're trying to sell hair products, maybe being funny may work into your category, but that might not work into your category because you don't see any other hair products or any other hair companies that are actually trying to be funny. So you actually have to look at the climate of the market as well. You have to see what's working. You have to bounce off from that and actually evolve from that. You don't want to take someone's formula, but you want to look at what's working currently and evolve from that and make adjustments along the way. Add your own little flavor to it, add your own little pizzazz to it, but you want to take their base just to see what's working and add what you got going on to it. Just a quick rule of thumb: if you can't figure out what to do or you can't figure out how to create an ad, just for whatever industry you're trying to get into, that's a quick rule of thumb just to get you an easy ad or two. So it's easier for you just to get your business out there and get your products out there. But you definitely want to focus on how you're going to pull emotions from your customers. If you don't pull emotion from your customers, they're not going to want to shop with you, or they're not going to want to follow you or support you. You have to pull some type of emotion from your customer, whether this is laughter, sadness, heartbreak, anger, something. You have to pull some type of emotion from your clients because they have to want to buy into your product. If they don't buy into your product, then how are you actually going to grow your product? You have to make them want to buy into it. You have to make them want to be a part of it. Sometimes you even have to make them feel like there's something apart. There's something bigger than themselves. They're joining something that's a group. That's a lot of things people did when we were in high school and we were in college. People joined groups because they did not want to feel alone. They didn't want to be lonely. So if you can make an ad, let's say, for example, for me, I have a membership group. Let's say I made an ad encouraging people to join so they have a community around them that can support them. People will join because of that. So you actually have to be very lucrative, and you have to start thinking outside the box when you do certain things, because people will buy a lot of things. People will purchase a lot of things. People will pay monthly for a lot of things. People will spend a lot of money on things that you do not think they would do, as long as they actually feel something or feel a connection to your brand, product, or image. So you definitely got to focus on having a positive brand, a positive product, and actually pulling some emotion from your customers. If you don't pull emotion from your customers, it's not going to be a lot of sales going on in your store. Just being honest with you. I don't want to lie to you. I'm not going to come in here and tell you it's going to be super easy to do everything that you want to do. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take dedication. But if you do the things I'm telling you how to do and you actually apply it to what you got going on right now, you will be able to make a lot of money. But one tip I will give you for making ads, there are two ways you can go with making ads. You can either go the regular route by paying Instagram or Facebook. Well, Facebook owns Instagram, so you can either pay Facebook or you can pay influencers separately. Now, when you pay influencers separately, they're going to get different results than if you actually just went on Instagram and paid Instagram, and went on Facebook and paid Facebook. They may be better, they may be worse. The only thing I can say by doing actual Instagram influencers, you won't get better views or more traction, but you may get more followers instantly, and it may be easier for you just to grow your page like that because someone will actually listen to what influencer says before they go on Instagram and look at what someone else is saying in that format. So for example, if I have clippers I'm selling, let's say I'm selling barber clippers, and I have clippers I'm selling. If I put an ad on Instagram, that's going to get a lot of views, and that's going to generate a lot of views, but it's not going to generate me a lot of followers because people aren't trying to see this ad. They're just scrolling on Instagram, they're happening to see the ad as they go about their day. Now, on the other hand, if I actually paid a popular barber to promote this product, not only would I get a lot more followers, and not only would I get more sales because it's actually something that people that are following him are interested in. That's something you have to take into account too when you're actually making an ad or when you're actually paying an influencer, because you definitely want to pay an influencer that has something to do with your niche or with your brand. If you don't, the influencer that you're paying is into gaming and you're trying to promote beauty products, you shouldn't pay that person. There's no reason in hell you should pay that person because they're not going to do anything for you successfully. They're not going to contribute to anything that you're trying to do. They're actually going to be wasting your money because that person doesn't know what they're doing and their brand doesn't coincide with their brand. So you definitely want to talk to people that have similar niches as you, sell similar products as you, have similar pages as you, and just overall just kind of doing the same thing that you're trying to do, but they're more popular. If they're more popular, that means people that are watching this page are already going to be interested in the niche or the product that they're posting because they're already following this page for this type of material anyway. So that's definitely something you got to look into. But if you just want overall more traction and more views on whatever you're trying to do, I would actually say just actually go with Instagram or Facebook, because you can get a lot of traction with Instagram or Facebook as well, but you would actually have to put more into the ad. Now, when I say put more into the ad, I'll also put more money and more time into the ad. When you put more money into the ad, you're gonna see better results, but at the same time, you can take the risk of not seeing the results that you wanna see, because sometimes people put a lot of money in for ads and don't see the results that they wanna see because their ad is not up to par. And when you make an ad, if you don't know how to use Photoshop, Final Cut Pro, or what's the other one? Sony Vegas, I would say you need to pay someone to make your ad. Most times than not, you need to pay someone to make your ad anyway. But if you cannot use those 3 apps, or you're not proficient in any of those apps, you need to pay someone to make your ad, because your ad is the one chance you're gonna get to wow people. Once you come out with an ad and it's bogus and no one likes it, no one's gonna purchase from your store anymore. I just want you to know that. No one's gonna buy products from the store that they don't respect the ad. No one's even gonna visit your store if they don't like the ad and don't like what you're putting out. So you have one chance to impress these people. Really, you have 5 seconds to impress these people. 3 to 5 seconds from when they click on your video, when they click on your ad, to impress them and make them want to actually tune in and click on your store, click on your YouTube, click on your Twitter, whatever you're trying to promote at that time. So you definitely want to go ahead and put more time into the app, or put more time into the ad, because if you don't put the time into the ad, as I said, it would just be much harder for you to do things. Definitely going to be way much harder for you to do things if you don't put the time into the ad. Don't half-ass anything that you're doing when it comes to marketing. When it comes to marketing, be 100%, be full on, go full throttle, and put the work in. Because the work that you're putting in, it's only helping you. If you cheat yourself, you're only hurting you. No one else is going to come to you and be like, hey, bro, did you put the time in for that ad? Did you actually do what you need to do for that ad? Why isn't this performing well? What did you do wrong? No one else is going to come to you like that. You're going to have to come to your own stuff like that and care about your own product and your own brand like that. So that's the best advice I can give to people from marketing right now. Now we're going to switch gears from marketing to networking. They're kind of one and the same, but they're not one and the same. They're on different levels. Marketing has to deal with more of actually selling and branding yourself, and networking actually has more to do with just making connections. When you make connections, you can open up more doors than you ever would be able to by not networking. Networking is all about who you know. I know you heard this saying before. It's not what you know, it's who you know. You can know anything in the world. You can be a genius, but if you don't have the connections to get the platform or get yourself on that stage to say what you know, it's going to be harder for you to actually move and do things. So the first thing that I want to actually focus on when you're networking is you want to actually go to expensive areas or popular areas. Now, I say expensive areas before I say popular areas, because most times than not, the expensive areas are going to be the safer areas, and they're actually going to house people that are actually doing similar things that you're trying to do. For example, let's say I went to Aventura Mall. Aventura Mall is a very nice mall in Miami. Now, Aventura is pretty nice. You know, you can go there and get a few things. They got a few designer stores. You're going to see some rich people there. You're going to run into some celebrities or something maybe. It's a pretty good mall. I like the mall overall. You feel me? It's not a bad mall. But if you went from Aventura to Bal Harbour, you're going to see way more rich people and way more people that have things that are going on, way more people with businesses than if you were at Aventura Mall. It's because Bal Harbour Mall is actually much more, how can I say this? It is much more high-end than Aventura Mall. So with a high-end mall, you're going to actually get more high-end clients. And with more high-end clients, you're going to get people that make money, get people that have businesses. You're going to meet people that have things going on. And this is who you want to familiarize yourself with, and actually who you want to surround yourself around, because you don't want to have friends that aren't doing anything. You don't want to be that guy that has all the friends that don't do nothing. They just be talking, they smoke every day, they drink, but you're the only one trying to do something. Been there, done that. No one's really going to they're not going to want to help you. They're not going to want to actually build with you. They're not going to want to help you. They're not going to want to do anything that you have going on, because they're just stuck in their own ways and they're stuck in what they got going on. They don't want to change. So instead of making them change, that's why you branch out and get new friends, because the new friends that you're going to get are actually going to inspire you to do more. They're going to inspire you to actually want to get out the house. They're going to inspire you to actually want to brand yourself and actually want to do things that make sense in the grand scheme of things. If you have friends that just smoke all day and drink all day, they're not going to want to do anything. That's not really like the look that you want, if I should say. That's not the look you want at all. You don't want to be around people that aren't doing anything. You want to be around people that are making things of themselves and trying to be successful. Not being successful and not doing anything with their life, they have no reason being around you. So you definitely want to go to expensive areas. Don't just go to the most expensive area in your city. Do some research on the area. Make sure that it has restaurants. You definitely want to go somewhere that has restaurants, even a lounge or something. Somewhere for people to just talk, and people to just relax. Even if they have a Starbucks or simple things like that, it will help a lot in actually meeting people and networking with people. Because you don't just want to go to places, like I said, that are just super expensive, because you spend a lot of money, lose a lot of money, and not meet anybody at all. Trust me, been there, done that. Want to learn from my mistakes. So the second thing that you want to do, you want to dress nice. If you're not dressing nice, do not pop out. I'll repeat, if you do not have that drip on, don't pop out. Now, drip don't mean that you got to have all the designer clothes on. You got to be like just popping it, you feel me? Popping your shit all day, every day, you feel me? Having something nice on could just be, you can have a business suit on. It could be business casual. You can have some regular clothes on. You don't have to be balling out of control just to wear something nice. I just want people to understand that first and foremost. you're a regular person, you don't have to look like something you're not. Now, it's cool to have a designer piece or two if you can afford that. Maybe a designer wallet, a designer belt, certain things that will help you stand out and be, I would say, symbols of status. But at the same time, you don't want to do that unless you're ready to do that. If you're not ready for those symbols of status, that's something that you're not ready for. And you shouldn't force yourself into that lane. Do it when you're ready. But dressing nice can come from cheap. You can go to H&M or you can go to Express and dress beautiful, very nice. And you can be very much fleer than any nigga that's dressing designer, as long as you know what you're doing and know how to put it on. That's why I'm gonna have several videos, teaching y'all how to dress and teaching y'all how to put clothes on, because I know it's like a very hard topic for most people. People don't know how to dress and people don't know how to look nice without wearing designer. So I want to help people out and start making videos about that too. But you definitely want to dress nice, because if you don't dress nice, you're not gonna attract a crowd that you're trying to actually communicate with, and you're trying to actually exchange words with. I forgot the real word I'm trying to say, but you get what I'm trying to say. Interact with, that's what I'm trying to say. You're gonna run off the people that you're trying to interact with. Let's say I just went to Saks Fifth, Neiman Marcus, and the most bogus jumpsuit ever, like an Adidas tracksuit that's got holes in it, ripped up. I got holes in my socks and I was walking around. Even if I'm a billionaire, no one's gonna care. No one's gonna want to actually talk to me, because they're gonna be like, wow. No one's gonna actually want to talk to me. Actually, don't want to communicate with me, because they're gonna think I'm broke. But I am a millionaire, but they think I'm broke. It doesn't matter what you are, how much money you have, or what you got going on. If you look like something, people are gonna assume that you're that. So that's why you actually have to put the time in and make sure people understand, no, I'm not this, I am this, by your dressing and by your appearance. Your appearance is going to dictate a lot of things. So you definitely want to look clean. You want to have a fresh cut at all times. You never want to go anywhere without a fresh cut. As a man, never, ever, 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 ever. If you can't wear a hat on his business, you feel me, or you're going somewhere you know you're going to be meeting people, don't wear a hat, and definitely get a haircut. Don't wait until you know you got to do something to get a haircut. Get a haircut, my guy. Look, get a haircut, my nigga. I know you don't be getting haircuts. Get a haircut, my nigga. And on top of that, if you're a lady, get your hair done. Okay, if I know getting your hair done can be expensive, so hey, if you can't get your hair done, do something to your hair. You feel me? Wear a wig, do something, look presentable, baby, please. And get some type of like designer purse. It can be low budget, it can be high budget. Get some type of designer purse, because that's like a status symbol for girls that people really don't talk about. If I see a girl with a designer purse, I will respect her more than I will see a girl that doesn't have a designer purse, because I think she has her life more together. And that's not everything, because there's a lot of girls with designer purses that are bum, broke ass, you feel me? I ain't gonna say all that on here. But it's definitely gonna be more of a eye catcher than if you're just walking around with an H&M purse. That's all I can say about that one right there. So you definitely need to care about how you dress, and you need to care about your appearance more than anything, because if you don't care about how you dress and you don't care about how your appearance, you're gonna drive the right people off. You're gonna bring the wrong people to you. Like I said, if I walk in Neiman Marcus with a bogus tracksuit and all of this, bogus stuff on me and holes in my socks and everything, you know what's gonna happen? I'm not gonna attract the people that I want. But you know how I will attract? The hood niggas, the scammers, the robbers, the trappers. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I don't want to be around these people. You feel what I'm saying? I want to be around the rich people, the people that have something going on, the businessmen, the entrepreneurs, the artists, people like that, people that can help me elevate my life. So for you to get around those people and you for actually navigate that role and actually help yourself and help your brand by getting around these people, you're going to have to dress nice. Not gonna have to spend a whole lot of money, like I say. You don't have to spend unholy amounts of money on designer and all this other stuff. You can dress like you, be you, stay in your lane. Just be willing to get out of your comfort zone and have conversations with people. And that leads us to the next thing that we're gonna get into. The third thing that you're going to do for networking, you're gonna want to learn how to hold conversations. If you don't know how to hold a conversation, bro, not only will you not get any girls at all, because you feel me, gotta talk to a girl. You feel me, gotta know how she's saying to a girl. By the way, my dog, you feel what I'm saying? If you don't know how to talk to someone, you're not gonna get any girls, you feel what I'm saying? So you need to understand how to talk to someone, you need to understand how to hold conversation, because holding conversations is currency. That is social currency. Especially in 2022, there are a lot of socially awkward people. After Corona happened and after, the shutdown, the lockdown, just everything that happened with that, there are a lot of socially awkward people. There are more socially awkward people than ever before, honestly. There are a lot more socially awkward people than ever before, honestly. So if you learn how to talk to people and you learn how to actually navigate conversations, you will actually make more money and make more connections. Because one, people aren't talking to each other anymore. So you walking up to somebody and actually establishing yourself and making connections with them will get you money and actually get your foot in the door a lot more times than people who are not talking to anybody, because everybody's awkward nowadays. You feel me? But on the contrary, on the other end of that, if you actually walk up to people and you talk to people a lot of times, you're going to actually get a lot more sales than you would if you just actually didn't say anything. because people make sales off most times in person or who they know or what they know. A lot of times people are going to buy things off how you look, how you present yourself, or who you are. If you don't look like nobody, or you don't act like nobody, or you don't sound like nobody, no one's going to want to do anything for you. So you definitely got to go out there and you definitely got to be confident. That's the next thing. Be confident in you. Be confident in your product. Be confident in what you're selling. Be confident in what you have going on. Don't just go out there and just be scared to sell yourself. Be scared to actually make your brand pop. Don't be scared to do anything, because people fail all the time. But just because you fail doesn't mean you can't get back up. Just because you fail doesn't mean you can't get back up. Everybody that falls on their face gets back up. That's what defines you as a person. So you have to be very confident, because there's going to be some times you get shot down. There's going to be some times people aren't going to be liking your product. There's going to be times people don't want to talk to you. There's going to be times a lot of things are going to happen. You might get kicked out of a spot because you can't afford the entry, or you're going to be kicked out of a spot because maybe they don't like the way you're dressing, or maybe they're a little racist or something like that. You can't let that slow you down. You have to still be confident in you, still be confident in your product, still be confident in your brand, still be confident in what you have going on. Because if you're not confident in any of those things, people can tell. Okay, I can look at a person and see if they have money. I can also look at a person and see if they're broke. So you see what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. It goes for rich people, and I'm not even really rich yet. Like, I got money, but I'm not rich. You feel what I'm saying? A rich nigga can definitely tell. A rich nigga can definitely tell, though. So you definitely want to go ahead and carry yourself the right way, go to an expensive area, and learn how to hold conversations and dress nice. If you don't know how to hold conversations, honestly, just bounce off what they're saying. Listen more than you talk. Rule number 1. Rule number 2, really remember what they say. Don't just be listening just to get a response. Like, listen to actually formulate a real thought opinion and actually take the conversation to new heights. For example, if we're talking about stocks, listen to what I'm saying about stocks and double down on what I'm saying, or have a rebuttal. So that's how a conversation goes. Either you agree with what I'm saying or you disagree with what I'm saying. But just because you disagree with what I'm saying doesn't mean we're into it or we're enemies. You just disagree with what I'm saying, and that's perfectly fine. You can disagree with somebody without arguing with somebody. Learn and master the art of disagreement, my friend. Please learn and master the art of disagreement. If you do not master the art of disagreement, you will never get anywhere in life, because you can disagree with somebody. It doesn't mean you're opposite. It don't mean you're into it. It don't mean you gotta shoot it out or fight it out. Y'all just had a disagreement. So learn how to disagree with people and still learn how to hold a regular functioning conversation, because this will get you more places than not knowing how to disagree with people and not holding a regular conversation. Please trust me when I say no one wants to argue. Everybody's looking for like-minded people that want to be cool. So if you can be a like-minded person, even if you aren't the richest person, a billionaire or a millionaire, we'll take a chance on you. If you A, have your things together, B, are presentable, and C, this honestly, you're just a well-rounded individual that actually cares about your product. If you care about your product and you care about your brand, you actually have the facts to back it up and you have the knowledge to back it up, people aren't going to mess with you, and people are going to get in tune with your program, get in tune with your campaign. Don't got any of that, people aren't going to get into with your campaign. So it's definitely not all about how you dress and how you look and how you hold conversations. Also about your knowledge and what you have going on too. Is why the marketing ties into the networking, because you just can't have marketing without networking. They go hand in hand, they go right next to each other. So if you don't have actually any marketing, you can't network. You don't have any network, you can't market. It goes hand in hand. So you definitely want to take both of those into account. But I'm happy you guys could tune in for another Free Sauce Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I was happy I can get y'all some free knowledge. Happy I can get y'all some free game. Happy I can get y'all mind open to new things. And just get y'all experience the things that's going on, you know, in the business industry and different things you need to be going on in life. Because a lot of people don't get this information. A lot of people don't even understand certain things they need to do until it's too late, until they already lost like $1,000, or maybe until they really just getting started doing what they're trying to do. For everyone that's watching, I hope you just either are starting a business or thinking about starting a business. This way it's easier for you to start your business once you get it started, or you're starting a business right now, so now you have the information, so it's easier for you to go move forward and actually go forward with your product and with your marketing and your networking. But that's all I got for you guys today. You feel what I'm saying? I just wanted to get on here, give y'all guys some free game. Like I said, it's Free Sauce Sunday. Free Sauce Sunday coming every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Every Sunday, because we ain't playing no game at all with these lame ass niggas, man. We're gonna go ahead and get y'all the content that y'all need, the content y'all deserve, because y'all G-Dot family. Y'all Guap Boy family. You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and give you the content that you need to get that money and run it up to the moon, man. We're gonna go ahead and get that good content, that real content, that play content. I ain't gonna say too much. But I got a Patreon coming real soon, folks. If you want to learn how to network and market yourself, and you also want to learn how to get some girls. You feel what I'm saying? I got something coming for y'all real soon. The play away, the fast way. You feel me? So if you're interested in that, you already know to stay tuned real quick, 'cause I'm gonna be there. I'll be letting y'all know what's going on real soon. But hey, this is your boy G Dot signing out, checking out from Atlanta, finna move to somewhere real shiny. Said shiny, real sunny, you know what I'm saying? With the palm trees, you see that one in the background right there. You see